Hello, good evening. I'm Sean Green with the Lime Sports World. Former Indian Premier League Commissioner Lalit Modi has been banned for life by the country's cricket board for indiscipline and misconduct. The BCCI's disciplinary committee had found Modi guilty on 8 different charges relating to irregularities in various financial and administrative matters of the IPL. Modi, who denies any wrongdoing, says he's going to fight the ban. The decision to ban the top official was taken at a special meeting of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, and this was today in Chennai. Now, earlier in the day, the Supreme Court had dismissed a petition from Modi to stop that meeting. The main accusations against Modi are relating to rigging bids during the auction of 2 new franchises in 2010, and he is also accused of selling broadcasting and internet rights without authorization. The former commissioner was instrumental in founding the multi-billion-dollar IPL back in 2008. The IPL is the best paid of the world's T20 cricket leagues, with top Indian and international players, including several from the West Indies, taking part annually. Well, you can call them the unlucky 90s, as both skipper Kurt Edwards and opening batsman Craig Brathwaite were both dismissed just short of the century mark on day 1 of the first-class match, West Indies A versus host India A at Mysore. West Indies A, after losing the toss, ended the day on 264 for 5. Edwards joined Brathwaite when the score was on 3, and they went on to put on 172 for the second wicket before Edwards fell for 91, inclusive of 11 fours and a 6. Brathwaite was later dismissed for 92. Now, he struck 12 fours. Parvin Rasool has so far taken 2 for 60 for India A. So from 175 for 1 at one stage, the Windies A lost the next 4 wickets for 62 runs, making day 1 even Stevens. Meanwhile, in related news, fast bowler Sheldon Cottrell has sustained an injury and will return from that West Indies 18 tour of India. The left-arm pacer is suffering from pain in his left knee and didn't make the 11 for the current game. The 24-year-old will return home to Jamaica to continue his rehabilitation. Barbadian Fidel Edwards has been named as his replacement. Edwards, 31, has played 55 test matches, 50 one-day internationals, and 20 T20 internationals. And welcome back. Number 2 seed Shannon Williams outclassed number 1 seed Russell Mosley to be crowned the National Senior Men's Tennis Champion. Playing at the Wilde Tennis Center, Williams beat Mosley in straight sets. CBC's Damien Best reports.
Number 2 seed Shannon Williams closest to the screen, playing number 1 seed Russell Mosley. Mosley up to his old tricks, playing aggressive, comes to the net for the point. But Williams was in it to win it. Mosley working his opponent, but Williams is quick, comes into the court for the easy drop shot. In fact, Williams would claim the first set 6-2, showing he's got what it takes, giving Mosley a dose of his own medicine, the overhead smash to cap it off. In the second now, and Mosley really up against it. Williams with the vicious forehand winner, and Mosley can only watch it go by. Well, Mosley, an enemy to himself on a number of occasions. The unforced error giving Williams the edge. That one into the net. Then he hits it long. Really, things falling apart now. All the while, Williams was inching closer to victory. That one estimated at 130 miles an hour for the ace. But Mosley hoping to find some rhythm. Lovely vision and execution for the cross-court winner. But Williams had the basket of goods. Another ace. Williams, in the end, a straight sets winner. 6-2, 6-2 over Russell Mosley. He's the men's singles champion. Congratulations. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Well, thank you, Damien. A record 16 teams will be vying for bragging rights this year when the second edition of the Grantley Adams International Airport T20 Night Cricket Tournament starts this coming Saturday. 24 playing nights are set for the 2013 competition from September 28th to November 29th, with all matches scheduled for the Rice's playing field in St. Philip.
This year we started this tournament as part of the Airport Week celebrations, which had as its objective to build the morale and create social cohesion among the 4,000 plus employees of the Grantley Adams International Airport. This year, we have 16 teams divided into 3 zones, and that cricket competition, as I said, will start on Saturday 28th and will run through to November 29th, where we will play both the third place playoff and the finals on that night.
Well, Goddard was speaking at the media briefing where representatives of the clubs received their gear. Flight Kitchen are the defending champions, and Kenneville Road says they are keen to defend their title.
Well, everyone is strengthening, but we always back ourselves to do 100%, come 100%, and come good again this time. But the guys really put in 100% and perform well, but we know, well, this time, as I said, it's going to be harder. And the morale in the team is good, so they can see us doing it again.
In business tonight, Industry Minister Donville Innes has been appointed by Cabinet to head a committee to iron out deficiencies pertaining to the implementation of the economic partnership between CARICOM and Europe. He made the comments at the 10th Annual General Meeting of the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries at the Harbour Industrial Park.
I'm happy to report here that the Cabinet of Barbados recently appointed a ministerial committee to address the deficiencies in implementation of the partnership agreement, and I've been tasked to chair that committee, and includes 4 other ministers, and we will deliberate over the next couple of weeks and get it back on track.
Well, at that meeting, we also heard that Barbados and its CARICOM neighbours are in real danger of having trade diverted away from the region as they continue to battle the current global crisis. That assertion from Executive Director of the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries, Lisa Cummings.
With or without challenges, it says that the world is engaged in repositioning itself with respect to services to ensure that it services its own developmental needs. So the Transatlantic Partnership, Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, negotiations commenced in 2003. With respect to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, you have the countries there, and you've seen Canada, you've seen Singapore as well, Vietnam, doing extraordinarily well in international business and offshore services. Significant competition for the region.
Ms. Cummins says CARICOM and CARIFORUM have fallen short of implementing the Economic Partnership Agreement with the European Union, and she believes it's time that something is done to turn around the situation.
We are in real danger of having trade being diverted significantly to the countries that are going to be party to these agreements because they're aggressive, they're fast, they're well developed, they're outward looking. So if we don't get our act together, we're going to have a significant diversion not only of trade, but of investment flows to a region where the global supply chain is already integrated.
Banks Breweries is seriously exploring the possibility of exporting specialty beer to Brazil, this following a trip to Brazil by a representative of Banks Holdings Limited on a trade mission with the Barbados Industrial Development Corporation. Commercial manager of Beverages Caribbean Limited, Henry Yearwood, says they are excited at the new challenge.
The population of Brazil is 200 million people. The beer business there is mammoth. But specialty beers, and that's the category that Banks would fall into. It not being a local beer as an import then automatically becomes a specialty beer, and a Caribbean beer would even make it even more exotic to them. There is some strong interest there that we now have to try to develop and see how far that can go.
Mr. Yearwood says Banks Breweries has been recording growth in the Guyana market of late, and they are extremely eager to ensure that this market and relationship continues to grow.
In Banks' growth in Guyana has actually been very noticeable this year. The performance there, the Guyana market has in the last 2 years been going in a very positive direction, and we've continued to see improved business for both Pine Hill and Banks Breweries into Guyana. Especially this year, we have performed. The Guyana market would have been one of the more successful markets on a global scale for Banks Holdings, in that it has not only been Pine Hill's success, but it has also been Banks Brewery's success as well.
Now here's a summary of trading on selected stock exchanges in the region.